Oh yeah. Yeah, it's that type of day. What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new reaction, and today we're watching the top 10 places to visit in Scotland. It's time to show my Scottish brother some love, alright? We don't do enough Scottish and Scotland reactions here on the channel. That changes today, dang it. I figured why not start it off with some of the most amazing places in Scotland to go see. Y'all know I can't wait to go over to the UK and see all this stuff in person. And I'll be honest, I don't know that much about Scotland, you know? I know like Loch Ness, don't y'all like unicorns or something? Scotland is a really dope place, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of dope places to visit in Scotland. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this video. So let's get into it. But first, if you're already new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 100K once we do get a UK themed tattoo. Hopefully this video hits all of my Scottish people. So if you're Scottish, let me know down in the comments. Go check out my second channel, link in the description. The day this is uploaded, I just uploaded the video of me taking my dog Maggie out fishing. I took her on the boat. It was sketchy. Yeah, go watch that video. It was a fun one. But other than that, oh my gosh. Oh, I need to stop wearing shirts outside. This farmer's tan is getting rough. Oh my god. Let's get into it.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan, and last summer I did a road trip around Scotland, and I want to show you my favorite places. So here's my Scotland top 10.
Yeah. Bro, this dude, what's his name? Ryan Shirley. He has some of the most dope, like, drone footage videos out there. Like, really go check him out. He's really dope.
If you want to go back in time and feel like you're in a fairy tale, Scotland is the place for you. It's easy to see why so many legends and popular books such as Harry Potter have been born here. It's truly one of the world's most enchanted places. So for our first location, we're going to visit the Old Man of Storr. Now the Old Man of Storr is located on the Isle of Skye, which is about a 5-hour drive from Edinburgh. It's one of my all-time favorite rock formations. I felt like I was on the set of Game of Thrones. When you drive to the store, you can see it in the distance, and it gets you like so pumped. It's just such a cool rock formation.
The fact that it's just nothing, bro. Like, it's just nature. Like, all you see is hills and mountains and rocks and water. Like, there's nothing else in sight. It's beautiful.
Now, to hike to the Old Man of Storr, it's about a 4-kilometer walk. Ooh. You'll go through some conservation gates, and you'll reach the infamous rock pinnacles. I went there for sunrise and sunset, and both occasions were absolutely breathtaking. When I was there, crows were flying around the rocks, and there was just some sheep running around. I mean, it was so magical. The legend of the Old Man of Storr is supposedly a giant lived there a long time ago, and when he was buried, his thumb was left sticking out of the ground, creating the mystical rock formation.
See, bro, that's dope. That is dope. Like, yo, that's only in Scotland, too. Like, only Scotland would have some magical story behind a rock formation like that. Like, I see a rock in Kentucky, I'm like, yeah, old Billy knocked that off the hill a few years ago. He was messing around with some explosive, and it got dangerous. But here, we're talking about giants being buried in thumbs and just magic, bro. It's magical.
When you go there, it's easy to see why it's one of the world's most iconic rock formations. I have to say, this is one of my all-time favorite places, and I recommend everyone to see it at least once in their life. Just a few minutes away from the Old Man of Storr, there's a breathtaking waterfall called Mealt Falls that cascades down into the ocean. There's also a nice...
I would never leave. Look at that. Look at that. I would never leave. I would live there. Yo.
Nice viewpoint where you can get a great view of the waterfall. There's also just beautiful sea cliffs in the area. One of the most famous is Kilt Rock, which looks
I've heard
like
of that.
Kilt.
Yeah.
It descends down to the ocean. On the east side of the Isle of Skye, there's just such beautiful coastline there. So after, we're going to head over to another one of Scotland's most iconic locations, to the Glenfinnan Viaduct. So it's located at the top of Loch Shiel in the West Highlands of Scotland. It was completed around 1898. So it may look familiar because it was featured in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You see the train going there when it's heading to Hogwarts. So when I was there, I wanted to get a close-up to the bridge, so I walked underneath it, and I was just shook by how big it really was. I mean, those arches are just massive. So after, I hiked to a good vantage point where I could see the famous train go across.
I was about to ask if the train still ran on that, and it does, bro. That's dope.
I mean, it is just such a magical place. The backdrop of Loch Shiel is absolutely stunning, and definitely recommend visiting there.
That's literally like, you're in Harry Potter right there, bro. You're in Harry Potter. I'd take my girlfriend there, she'd see this, and she'd never leave.
So after Glenfinnan, we're going to head over to Edinburgh. Now, if you want to go back in time, Edinburgh is a must. Edinburgh is the place where J.K. Rowling was when she wrote Harry Potter. So when you're going to go there, you're going to get all sorts of magical inspiration. When I first started solo traveling,
when I did my top 5 places I wanted to visit in the UK, I didn't put Edinburgh on there, and everybody in the comments was like, bro, you're missing out. It has to be on your top 5. So as soon as I seen everybody commenting that, I went and watched some videos on it, and yes, bro. Yes, Edinburgh, you have to see it.
Edinburgh was one of the first places I've ever went to. It's this medieval old town with intricate neoclassical buildings, cobblestone streets, and beautiful gardens. The iconic Edinburgh Castle overlooks the city and is home to Scotland's crown jewels. When I was there, I didn't go in the castle because it was so crowded and I didn't really feel like spending money. Kind of regret it, but definitely recommend go checking that out. One of my favorite places in Edinburgh is Calton Hill. It's just a short walk from the castle and it offers a beautiful view of the city. They have this really cool national monument there, these really cool pillars. Alright, so while we're still in Edinburgh, we're going to head over to Arthur's Seat. Now, Arthur's Seat is located in Holyrood Park and is just a short walk from Edinburgh Centre. Now, Arthur's Seat is an extinct volcano that has an elevation of 823 feet.
An extinct volcano? I didn't know volcanoes can go extinct. Huh?
There, I just saw Arthur's Seat from the distance and I was like, okay, I want to hike it because I wanted to get a view of all of Edinburgh.
Hey, what I'm hearing is you need to bring your hiking boots when you go to friggin' Scotland because everything is a hike away.
Anyways, I made the hike up. You'll walk around Holyrood Park, take the short little hike up there. When I was there, it was so windy. I couldn't believe how windy it was. It nearly blew me over. After I hiked to the top, I went down and walked around Holyrood Park and just enjoyed the views of Edinburgh. Just such a beautiful city. So after Edinburgh, we're going to head back over to the west side of Scotland to visit the Eilean Donan Castle. Hope I said that right.
Yo, that's like everything I want to see right there. That water in that castle, yeah, that's it. Like
driving to the Isle of Skye, you're gonna drive right by it. It's situated on a small tidal island at a point where 3 great sea locks meet. So the castle was built in the 13th century. I'm really mad at myself because I didn't stop here. When I first drove by it and it was good weather, I just didn't even know it existed. And then the second time I drove by it, it was just pouring rain.
Dang.
So I just couldn't even go to the castle. It's definitely one of the biggest regrets I have of it in Scotland.
That's
so
dope.
Definitely don't make my mistake and make sure you make a pit stop at one of Scotland's most famous castles. Alright, so after the castle, we're going to make the short drive over to the nearby Cuillin Mountains. Now, the Cuillin Mountains are this very unique mountain range located on the Isle of Skye. When I was there, I went to the Sligashan Bridge, which is at the base of the Cuillin Mountains. The Sligashan Bridge is just super famous and scenic. When I was there, I didn't get many shots of the bridge because there was a lot of people on them, but I did get some beautiful shots of the mountains. They had such a unique shape. I love the contrast of the green peaks against the blue sky background.
It's really just, it's like a postcard, bro. You're literally in a postcard. Like, it's beautiful. It's like truly beautiful.
I mean, it was just such a stunning location. Another enchanting location in the Cuillin Mountains is the Fairy Pools. Now, the Fairy Pools is just a short 30-minute drive from the Sligashan. The fairy tales, they're just located at the base of a dramatic black Cuillin Mountains. I was just blown away by the vibrant green slopes and the dark mountain in the background. It was just pitch black. I felt like Gandalf was going to run
fast as I was about to say, that's where the villain lives.
Massive horse army, like in the Two Towers Lord of the Rings movie. It was just so epic. When I was there were so many midges, which are like these annoying gnat-like bugs that bite. I mean, they're horrible. I didn't have any bug spray, so I didn't dare walk down to the pools. I mean, I wish I would have gone. I mean, those pools are just such an iconic sight. The water is so magical and so clear. So that's another one of my regrets when I went to Scotland. So make sure you either bring bug spray or go in a different time than August. That's when I was there. So after the fairy pools, we're going to head over to another mythical location, to the Fairy Glen. Now, the Fairy
Listen,
Glen,
if I don't go and see a dang fairy, I'm going to be mad.
a very popular destination in the Isle of Skye. To get there, you're going to drive on this really small, sketchy road. You get there, find a little parking spot, and then you just make like the short 5-minute hike to the Fairy Glen. Now, what it's famous for is it has these rings of rocks and people often put some money in the center as an offering to the fairies. When I was there, I found a really cool rock formation that I hiked to so I could get a better view of those rings, and I also got some really cool views of the area. I mean, the grass is just so green there. I mean, it was such a cool place. I felt like a kid walking around those green hills, keeping my eyes open to see if I could see any mythical creatures or any fairies.
I feel like if you're going to see any mythical type creature anywhere in the world, it's going to be Scotland. Like, look at that. If I was a mythical creature, that's where I'd live. Like,
you in a magical mindset. All right, so after the Fairy Glen, we're going to head over to the Duncansby Stacks. Hope I said that right. Anyways, it's located in the most northern eastern part of the British mainland.
Dang. It's all the way up there.
It's quite the drive from Edinburgh, so it's quite the road trip. It's home to some of the world's most beautiful ski stacks. Unfortunately, when I was in Scotland, I didn't have enough time to drive up there, but when I'm back, I'm going to make sure I visit the dramatic landscape. I just can't get over how epic the ski pinnacles are. Just such an insane.
Yeah, that's dope.
Alright, so after the ski stacks, we're going to head over to the Bian mountain. Probably said that wrong, but anyways, I found this place by accident. I was driving from the Eilean down to Glasgow, and I stumbled upon this magic location. I mean, I couldn't believe how huge these mountains were. I felt like I was in Switzerland or Norway. I mean, I didn't even know Scotland had just big mountains. I thought it was pretty
And
fun.
that road being like at the bottom of it makes it even cooler because you feel like you're just driving through.
The Bian is 3,770 feet high, so it's just huge. There's a scenic waterfall, and the valley was beautiful. There was some sheep grazing. If you keep driving towards Glasgow, you'll pass some more massive mountains, such as this one. And then if you keep going, you'll drive by Loch Lomond, which is just another massive lake. This is why I love driving in Scotland. There's just so many beautiful occasions that you just stumble upon accidentally. Alright, so for our final
location... Hell, it's just the whole place, bro. All of Scotland. It's just beautiful. Like, anywhere you go, it's going to be beautiful.
We're going to head back over to the Eilean to the Quiraing Mountains. Now, aside from the old Man of Storr, I'd have to say the Quiraing is one of my favorite places and landscapes in Scotland. It's a set of dramatic rock formations located on the side of a mountain. Quiraing was formed by a landslide a long time ago. The grass is so green there, I felt like I'm like on a giant golf course. Anyways, to get there, I drove up this windy road. Be careful, because I popped my tire because the road is super bumpy.
Dang!
Anyways, I got to the parking lot, and I started the trek to the Quiraing. Now, it was a super easy hike. It only took me like 30 minutes. There's no elevation gain. On the hike, I came across some sheep that were just vibing. I also saw some really...
The fact that there's just wild sheep all over the place is dope to me.
cool rock fields, and then I was just surrounded by just these magical mountains. They just have this really unique shape that I've never seen before. There's little lakes, and then you have the view of the ocean. It's just such a unique place. When I was there, I was lucky enough to have sunny weather. A lot of people I've talked to said when they've gone, it's just been so cloudy they couldn't even see anything.
Dang.
So I feel pretty fortunate about that. The Quiraing is just such a beautiful area that offers great hiking trails and just some of the world's most outstanding views. Alright, so that is it for my Scotland video.
What did we learn? Scotland needs to be in the top 5 places everybody needs to visit. That was beautiful. But alright guys, that is going to do it for the top 10 places to visit in Scotland. That was truly amazing. If y'all want to see more Scottish reactions, let me know by hitting that like button. And if you're from Scotland, let me know down in the comments. I'm hoping this really reaches my Scottish audience. And if y'all are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 100K once we do me in a UK themed tattoo. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys today spread love, spread kindness, do something nice for somebody today. I love you guys so much, I really do. JC Rex, I'm out. Peace!